In 1973, a horror movie shocked the entire world. People fainted inside movie theaters. Some ran out screaming before the film was even over. But the most disturbing part of the story may not have been on the screen. Behind the scenes of the film, strange and unsettling things began to happen. A mysterious fire destroyed most of the movie set. Actors were injured during filming, and several people connected to the production died before the movie was even released. At one point, the filmmakers became so disturbed by the strange events that they invited a real priest to bless the set. Some believe all of it was just coincidence. Others believe something darker surrounded the production of one of the most terrifying films ever made. This is the disturbing legend behind The Exorcist. When The Exorcist premiered in 1973, it changed the horror genre forever. The film was directed by William Friedkin and based on a novel written by William Peter Blatty. The story follows a young girl named Regan who becomes possessed by a demonic entity. As her condition worsens, two priests attempt to save her through a terrifying exorcism. At the time, audiences had never seen anything like it. The film was brutally realistic, the special effects were disturbing, and the themes of faith, evil, and possession made many viewers deeply uncomfortable. But long before the movie reached theaters, something strange had already begun happening behind the cameras, and those events would eventually become one of Hollywood's most famous legends.
Early in production, the crew faced an unexpected disaster. A sudden fire broke out on the main filming set. The flames spread quickly, destroying most of the structure where the movie was being shot. Production had to stop completely. The set was almost entirely reduced to ashes. But when the damage was examined more closely, something unsettling was discovered. One room had survived untouched, the bedroom where the possession scenes were filmed. Everything around it had burned, but that room remained intact. Some people dismissed the detail as a simple coincidence, but others on the crew began whispering about the strange symbolism. A movie about demonic possession, and the one room where the demonic scenes were filmed was the only place the fire did not destroy. Filming was delayed for several weeks while the set was rebuilt, but from that moment on, the atmosphere on set reportedly became tense and uneasy.
As filming continued, a series of accidents began happening. Some of them were minor, but others were deeply disturbing. Actress Ellen Burstyn was injured while filming a scene where her character is violently thrown by supernatural forces. The harness used during the stunt malfunctioned. She was pulled with much greater force than intended. Her scream in the movie was completely real. She had actually injured her back. Another accident involved the young actress Linda Blair. During one scene, Blair was strapped to a mechanical bed designed to shake violently. The shaking was supposed to simulate the demonic possession, but during filming, the machine malfunctioned. The bed began shaking far more aggressively than planned. Blair started screaming in real pain. At first, some crew members thought she was simply acting, but the screams quickly became impossible to ignore. The machine was finally stopped. Blair had been injured. Many people later said that filming the movie felt emotionally exhausting. Some actors reported feeling an overwhelming tension on set. A few even claimed the environment felt strangely oppressive. As production continued, something even more disturbing happened. Several people connected to the film died before its release. One of them was Jack McAgoran. In the movie, his character dies suddenly after encountering the possessed girl, but shortly after completing his scenes, McAgoran died from illness. Another cast member, Vasiliki Malieros, also passed away before the movie premiered. To many observers, these events were simply tragic coincidences, but others began to connect the deaths with the film itself. Two actors from the same movie, both dying before audiences even saw the final product. Rumors of a so-called curse began spreading quietly within Hollywood, and those rumors would only grow stronger after the movie was released. As strange events continued, the tension on set reportedly became overwhelming for some members of the production. At one point, the filmmakers made an unusual decision. They invited a real priest to visit the set. The priest was asked to perform a blessing. Officially, the blessing was meant to calm the nerves of the cast and crew. Director William Friedkin later explained that the gesture was mainly symbolic, but for many people present that day, the moment felt strangely serious. A film about demonic possession, a set that had experienced accidents, injuries, and tragedies, and now a priest blessing the production. For some, the moment felt like an attempt to restore balance.
When The Exorcist finally premiered, the reaction from audiences was unprecedented. Viewers fainted in theaters. Some became physically ill. Reports described people leaving screenings in shock. In some cases, ambulances were even called to movie theaters. The film quickly became one of the most famous horror movies ever made. But the disturbing stories surrounding its production only made the legend stronger. The idea that the movie might somehow be cursed fascinated audiences around the world. So, was The Exorcist truly cursed? Most historians believe the strange events were simply unfortunate coincidences. Film productions are chaotic environments where accidents sometimes happen. But when you place all the incidents together, the mysterious fire, the injuries, the deaths, and the priest blessing the set, the story begins to feel strangely unsettling. Maybe it was all just bad luck. Or maybe some stories are never meant to be told. Even today, decades later, the legend of the Exorcist curse continues to haunt Hollywood.